It's time to save you thousands of dollars by constructing this prefab carport by yourself, and I'll show you how. Now this carport was purchased through Home Depot for $1,000, but for some reason you can find it on Amazon for only $700. This is the Veikous 10x15 internet number 327082606. Now you can use these auger style anchors for the dirt, or you can upgrade them to concrete like I do in the end. It is recommended 2 or more people required, but I tried to tackle this thing by myself. Now here's the unboxing. Alright, we're opening up box 1 of 4. Take a quick look at the instructions. We get all these self-tapper screws. We got some tie downs, some anchor straps, all the galvanized and painted tube steel. You'll notice it's not quite 2 inches because these ends are tapered so that the other piece can slide right on top and interlock like Legos. Most of the tube steel is 2 inches as you see here and very light duty welds. Now when working by yourself you may experience frustration because you have to assemble 1 to 3 pieces at a time and then tilt it up. The side rails on the bottom are assembled, but as you can see the concrete is not level. So before you anchor this thing down, make sure it's level, and you will have to put shims underneath and verify everything is level and square before anchoring. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to anchor this carport. I got it level here, but look how far off. The ground is uneven. I have to anchor underneath the brick. It touches in the middle, and then it lifts up here. So the driveway is kind of bowed. But we obviously want to anchor it level and straight and square. Have you guys ever seen anything that's that far off? It has been calm all day and now the wind has picked up. It is recommended not to install this in the wind, but if you don't really have a choice, keep going. So all this, take the previous piece, lift it up, and slide your current piece under so that all the ribs are overlapped and therefore watertight. So there's going to be overlapping here as well, and I'll show you that in a minute. And if you've never used rubberized tape before, now is your chance. This product is called bituthene, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Alright guys, so I have this set in here temporarily. This sticky stuff is called bituthene tape, or something similar. What it does is act as a waterproof barrier for when you overlap your roofing pieces. This provides a watertight seal in between your roofing when you overlap. So there'll be 2 pieces of metal roofing, but 1 screw per hole. And then as you overlap here and you overlap on each section, it'll be watertight. So once again, this is the waterproof rubberized tape. You want to put this on right before you overlap your other piece. This way it creates a watertight, weatherproof roofing system. And if it's level, it doesn't matter which direction it overlaps, to the left or to the right. But if it's sloped, let's say it's sloped to my left, then you want your overlapped piece on the right. But once again, this rubberized tape helps keep it watertight. I find it interesting they call this heavy duty, but it's still only 29 gauge, which is very thin, especially considering as a welder I work with heavy duty steel all the time. But I did not do any welding on this carport. Now this was definitely one of a kind driveway. You've got concrete that's not properly sloped. I had to center it because the customer wanted the center of the car to be the center of the gravel, so I wanted to anchor into the concrete on both sides, but that was not feasible. They had me anchor it below the brick, so later on you'll see I did concrete. It's a roofing. It has this shrink wrap, and it does not come off easy. The instructions don't say to remove it, but if you don't remove it, the heat will make it boil and peel anyway, and then you'll have it all over your yard. So extremely time consuming and overkill waste of time, but it's got to be done. It's got to come off. At first I thought it would be a clear coat, but then looking closer, shrink wrap needs to be removed. Once again, 29 gauge, they are calling heavy duty. Making sure everything is level, and then I have to anchor it with shims, so I also painted black. And then, yeah, you can see the Grand Canyon there. There's the bubbling look that you'd want to avoid, so the shrink wrap has to be removed. Now, when you're drilling for these holes, I find that the self-tappers want to jump all over the place. So it makes more sense to drill a pilot hole first with this drill, and then come back and put your self-tapper with your impact. That way your holes are not jumping all over the place, because they give you a guide right there, but the screw will jump all over the place if you're not careful. Hooray, it's starting to look like a carport, and you can be sure the customer will frequently check in on you. Once again, I did not want to put this side on the brick, but I had to keep moving it so that it's perfectly centered to the customer's exact specifications. Check it out. The carport is finally finished. Now we just have to secure it to the ground. We got the wrong style anchors, so now we have to run to the Home Depot and get some skinnier but deeper anchors. Be right back. I really love this fast setting concrete. You really can't go wrong with it, especially if your hole is deep enough. On one side I use 3/8 by 6-inch Tapcon anchors, which work fine, and on the other side I use the L-shaped bolt. Okay, we got this pile of dirt. It's deep enough for that concrete anchor. I know it's kind of weird. We got concrete, then bricks, then concrete, then gravel, then concrete. So it's kind of a weird configuration, but we're going to make it work. And plenty deep enough for that concrete anchor. So these two are going in concrete, and then these two, we're using the Tapcon anchors, 3/8 by 6 inches. And those will go straight into that concrete. 3/8 bit on my hammer drill, and then a 9/16 socket on my impact. Let's mix some concrete. Hopefully I saved you guys time, money, and hassle. Thanks for watching.